Following up after an interview can be a very tricky thing to do, especially because while you want to be in touch with the employer, you don't want to be seen as an annoying pest or a desperate job seeker. The difference between the two is of sensibility. To be seen in a positive light by the interviewer, follow up sensibly. In this video, we are going to see how the effective follow-up emails for various situations should be. Stay tuned till the end. Email is the most preferable medium to follow up for the ease of replying it offers. But before we get to the actual messages, it is very important to pay attention to some very small but very important things. The first one being, keep your email very short and to the point. Don't stretch it unnecessarily. Make sure that you have spelled the interviewer's and company's name correctly. It demonstrates your attentiveness and seriousness. Also ensure that there are no spelling or grammatical mistakes in the email. At the end of the email, provide your phone number. If they need to call you, they shouldn't need to dig into their files to find your contact details. Okay, the next important parameters are timing and frequency. If they have given you a time frame, don't follow up before that. But of course, you can't stop applying to other jobs while waiting for this one. Don't follow up too often. They may be taking time for some reason. And yes, if they say a no, don't persist. And here comes the last one. I have seen a lot of candidates beginning their emails with an apology. Don't be apologetic. In fact, there is no reason to feel sorry about contacting them. A better way to begin your email would be by thanking them for their time and efforts. Okay, now that we have seen the tips, let's look at some sample emails for various situations. I strongly suggest that you pause the video at each message and read it carefully before moving ahead. Great. So here comes situation number 1. They gave you a time frame to get back. Well, in this case, it is perfectly okay to follow up after the date they gave you. Not absolutely on that date, but you can follow up within 1 or 2 days after the given date. Your message in this case can be something like, Dear interviewer's name, thanks for the time you gave me while interviewing me for XYZ position on so and so date. You had mentioned during the discussion that we can expect a decision by this date. Writing in just to check if you were able to make a decision. If there's any extra information that you need from me, do let me know. I'm still very enthusiastic about working at the company name. Regards, your name and phone number. That's straight, to the point, short and sweet. Okay, let's move on to situation number 2. That is, you send them a message and they don't get back. Well, rather than following up insanely every day, I would wait for 2 to 3 days in this case. Probably the concerned person is busy, or they are on leave, or maybe they are purposely holding on to your email. The reasons could be numerous. Give them some time. But yes, if I still don't hear from them after 2 to 3 days, I would send a follow-up email. And to do that, I would forward my last email and add a note on top, which would look something like this. Hi, interviewer's name. Just trying to follow up my last email to you. Wondering if it could make it to your inbox. Thanks. Your name. This email tells them that you are waiting to hear from them. Now, situation number 3 could be, you interviewed some months back, but the decision is taking time to come. This will mostly happen in case of middle level or a little higher level positions. In this case, while being patient, you need to stay on top of recruiters' mind so that they don't forget you. So your emails in this case need to be keep in touch type while they add some value to recruiters' life. An example note for such a situation can be something like, Hi, recruiter's name, I came across this nice article on change your thoughts to improve your life. And remembered you talking about the need to change the belief system in your employees. The article claims to provide some newly developed, easy to implement techniques. Just thought that it may give you some new ideas that you may want to implement in your program. Cheers, your name. With this kind of a note, the recruiter subconsciously knows that you are following up, but will never get irritated. The trick is not to send this kind of an email too often. Maybe once in 30 days or 20 days would be sufficient. Situation number 4 is you get an offer from another company before you hear anything from company number 1. In such a scenario, if company number 1 is still your choice number 1, it is better to inform them before accepting the offer. The reason is, at times they may mean to come back to you, but might be stuck for some reason. And in such a case, it might get really frustrating for both of you to realize later that you have accepted another offer. Your email in such a case could be something like, Dear interviewer's name, just wanted to inform you that XYZ has recently offered me a position to join them from so and so date. I was waiting to hear your decision about my interview for ABC position at your company. Given a choice, working for your company would still be my first preference for the work culture and innovation opportunities it offers. Can you please let me know your decision so that I can send them an appropriate reply? Thanks. Your name. Any genuine person will definitely reply to this type of an email and inform you about the status. If they are still interested in you, they may ask you to wait for some more days while they get an offer out. Or if they want to hire somebody else, they may ask you to accept the new offer. Whatever. The bottom line is, you'll be able to make your decision. The last situation that we have on list today is when you are rejected. Now, there are some candidates who keep following up with the employer continuously even after they have been rejected. This might sound rude, but I have to break this news. These candidates come across as very annoying creatures to the interviewers, and their emails are deleted almost without reading. So, if you have been rejected by the employer for a position, make a graceful exit. They would remember you as a sensible professional. If you were a strong contender for some role and things couldn't materialize, send them a nice goodbye email. Something like this. Dear interviewer's name, thank you for your time in taking me so far into the process. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to let you know XYZ is still an interesting employer for me. If there are any relevant openings in future where you believe my skills could be useful, know that I would be interested. Wishing you and XYZ company all the best. Regards, your name. This kind of a note will definitely make the interviewer remember you for a long time. And trust me, whenever they have any relevant openings, they'll definitely be in touch with you for your attitude and the type of person you are. One single email and you have a solid professional connection for life. See if you can get them in your LinkedIn network as well. With this, we come to the end of this video. If you have a different strategy to deal with the follow-ups or a sample email that worked for you, do share it in the comments box below. Your wisdom may really be useful to many other people. Give me a thumbs up and share this video if you benefited from it. Subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more such videos. Thank you and see you in the next one.